So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished installing a new Renai water heater. This is the V75. We came out and the heat exchanger had split, was leaking water. As opposed to beginning to work on it, and I would imagine it was every bit of 10 years plus old. We talked to the homeowner and decided we'd just put a new one in. So value series is the same one as the Ultra series, the same one as the Luxury series. They just don't give you the bells and whistles. The upper models have a built-in recirculator. You don't have a dedicated return line, so that doesn't help you. The other one has an isolation kit that comes with it. We just buy this separately, 70, 75 bucks, 80 bucks out of Ferguson. So this all came from Ferguson. They gave us a good price on. They price matched Hajoka. I didn't actually tell them, that I was shopping there as well, but they gave us a good price on the unit. Got the isolation valves in, which are good. Everything's tied back in the way that it was. Only thing I don't see here, which is, call it what you want, is a hard shutoff valve was never installed on the cold water right here, and that's fine because you have a cold water shutoff valve here. Additionally, it's hot shutoff valve here. So to shut the water off the home, or to the unit I should say, you just turn it quarter turn. And of course now when you open up this is where you're going to hook up and do your flushing. So distilled white vinegar goes in here, and of course on this side, hot side gets closed and hose hooks up, goes back down to a bucket, and the vinegar spits out here. So that's how it gets flushed. For right now, we're just going to leave them open. It's rewired the way it was. We used the same wiring. We did go ahead and put a little holder. I don't know what they're called because I'm not an electrician, but we use this to keep this electrical from sliding in and out of the unit. So it's a clamp, and it screws into the bottom of the unit. And then, of course, this goes over your controller, which is on the back side of the wall, mounted in the garage. This was already stubbed through. This is the little jumper cable, this little white wire. We kind of tucked it back here and ran it back up into the unit, so it's tied in. The controller works fine. We went in and we reset the controller to 120 degrees. If you like hotter water, that's fine. Go ahead and raise it to 125. I won't raise it to 125. And you can read right on the remote control there, or the control pad, the risk of scalding increases as you raise the temperature. So by the time you hit 140, which is great for doing dishes and laundry, it's also great for sending people to the hospital in about 3 seconds. It will give you third-degree burns. So just be cautious with that. I'll leave that in your hands, but we did set it to 120. If you want to set it to 125, you actually have to manually go out there and do it. Let me see if it will turn to 125. If not, I have to adjust a switch in that unit real quick before we button up. Let's see what we got here. So hot water. So it won't turn up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out there, we're going to flip a switch, come back in here, make sure that they can adjust it up to 125. Outside of that, we do need to modify this cover panel. You can see that the opening is offset and the vent is in the center up here. So we're going to modify it, get the cover panel back on there. Outside of that, this installation is done.